Hello, welcome along to my 2020-2021 Bundesliga season predictions. So, what is in store for this incredible season in Germany there? There's 18 clubs taking part once again in the Bundesliga there. Some reason, yeah, they have less clubs, less matches to play, so not as big fixture congestion as it is out in England as well. So, or the Football League when they got 24 clubs going on. So that should make things easier. So what I've done is I've taken a look back at their history, see what places they finished in the last few seasons, taken a look at the signings that they made for the season, see how much money they spent, and see who they got as a manager, and then sort of formed my predictions out that way. So what I'll do is I'll start down the bottom, work my way up. So who's going to go down to the second tier? And 18th spot, I'm going to go for Arminia Bieldfeld. So this is what the very first time that they made it in the Bundesliga. So incredible achievement for Arminia Bieldfeld to get it this far. But they always going to be up against it. Just need to keep my notes in check there. Okay, so Arminia Bieldfeld, they got new horse in charge. Been there since December the 10th, 2018. Managed the likes of Union Berlin for 7 seasons, so that is something. But otherwise, all these other clubs don't really know too much about, like Dynamo Dresden and West Essen. And their top signing was Mike van der Horn for 2.8 million. They spent 6.8 million in total. But ultimately, I see them going straight back down there in last spot. And 17th place are going to go for Cologne. So Cologne, they have had a bit of a struggle sort of time. 14th place last season. Before that, they weren't here. And other times, 18th, 3 seasons ago. And then somehow they actually were doing really, really well back in 2016-17 season, coming 5th. And before that, 9th place. So things have sort of really dropped off for what Cologne these days. They signed Lois Shan for 3.2 million, 13.98 million spent in total. Their manager Marcus Gusto came in at the back end of last year. He's managed like Stuttgart, Hamburg, Griechenland, and that has second string division sides written all over there. So he's destined for the second tier, and I think they're going to go down there. And 16th spot to potentially survive, potentially go down, depends on that relegation playoff system on this particular spot, is going to be Mainz. So Mainz, they signed Alexander Matson for 1.6 million, 6.43 million spent in total. And previous seasons they came 13th, 12th, 14th and 15th, so pretty consistent low down in the table. But ultimately this might be a step too far and could potentially go down, but they will have to fight it out in that crucial relegation double league playoff matches, so they don't want that to happen. They've got Achim Berzor in charge, been there since 2019, managed Koln for 6 years, been the Leipzig assistant manager for 2 seasons, so that's basically the best thing they have managed to do. So that's my thoughts on Mainz. In 15th place, I'm going to go for Union Berlin. Be nice for Union Berlin to have another season in the Bundesliga, keep up that Hertha Berlin Union Berlin derby series going there. So they managed to do quite well last season, coming in 11th place, and before that they were in the 2nd division. They've got Robin Knock coming in for 6.5 million. They spent 29.73 million, so quite a bit of activity in the transfer window there. And they've got Urs Fischer in charge, been there since June 2018. So I've been at Zurich for 2 years, been at Fun and Basel. And 14th place, I'm going to go for Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen nearly brushed themselves away there. So this is a historic Bundesliga club, been there for like 38 years, and they had to do it the hard way, managing to beat Heidenheim in the playoff relegation matches last season as they finished 16th. But before that, 8th, 11th, 8th and 13th, so they should be doing a lot better, and I think they are going to make a little bit of a climb there, and that should keep them alive. They got Chon coming in for 6.3 million, 23.73 million and signings in total. They've got Florian Nockfeld, been there since 2017, been manager of Werder Bremen with Zoos for a season, so they sticked with them, with their manager man there. So you know, he better step up to the plate and make sure Werder Bremen don't go down this season. And at 13th place, they're going to go for Stuttgart. So Stuttgart, they managed to come back alive in the Bundesliga after spending a season, well, a few seasons in the recent history away. So this club has been a historic Bundesliga club. They're supposed to be doing quite a lot better than what they have recently. So as I said, they weren't here last season, but before that they did manage to come in 7th place. So, you know, from 7th to down to back. So what is in store for them this season? I'm thinking they're going to come 13th place. They got Waldem Aton coming in for 5.5 million, 28 million in signings in total. Also, they got Pellegrino Mats Wazio managing to be the manager at December the 30th last year, and managed Nuremberg for 7 years, the Hoffenheim assistant manager as well too. And 12th place are going to go for Hoffenheim. So for Hoffenheim, they came 6th last season, before that 9th, 34th. So you think they should be high up on the table, but they have had some bad off-field issues with the old manager. So they got a new manager coming in here, and yeah, just sort of ownership issues as well too, I think. But so that might also get them into trouble. So Sebastian Honeeb coming in 27th of July this season. He's managed Hertha under 19 side, Leipzig under 17, under 19 side, and the Bayern Munich under 19 side. So he hasn't managed a senior team so far, so that could be costly. And also for Hoffenheim, what else do I have for them? Oh, they signed Kevin Vost for 8 million, 32 million in signings, but ultimately a terrible season for the Hoffenheim Giants. And in 11th place, I'm going to go for Augsburg. Augsburg, they managed to come 15th, 15th, 12th, 13th, 12th past 5 seasons. So this is a club that just knows its consistency level. So hopefully they don't take that step down towards the drop, but I think they're going to make a bit of a climb here. So 11th place will be quite a nice achievement for Augsburg. They got a new manager coming in March this year. They got Heiko Hirschlich. He's managed the German team under 17, under 19 level, but some international experience is pretty key. Otherwise, he's also managed Bayer Leverkusen as of note there. And in terms of the signings for Augsburg this season, they have managed to spend 31.83 million, and their best signing, Felix Atno Kai, coming in for 6.8. And 10th place are going to go for Schalke. Last season, Schalke, they came in 12th, before that 14th place, otherwise second 3 seasons ago, 10th and 5th. So a bit of a decline for the Schalke team. They got David Wagner in charge there since last year. Back in July, I sort of didn't really rate him as a coach, and sort of turning out to be the case, as he managed Huddersfield for 4 seasons, and they had a dreadful time eventually in the Premier League there once they, well, after doing a really good job with them getting up to the Premier League, and then they had an absolute shocker before they managed to finally get rid of him. And what else do I have for you there? Schalke, their top signing this season, I can find it, is Mark Earth for 6 million and 21 million total spent. Ninth place, they're going to go for Wolfsburg. They came 7th and 6th. Before that, 16th and 16th. Jeez, so close to the drop there for Wolfsburg. So it's quite interesting in the Bundesliga there. If you don't turn up on a particular season, you can go for the absolute high, top of the table, to absolute down and out. So you have to be really careful in this division, as potentially 3 teams could get relegated. It's a only 18 team tournament, so it's could be pretty costly there. No margin of error, you can say. So for Wolfsburg, they signed Felix Adno-Kai for 6.8 million, 17.5 million in total. Their manager, they got Oliver Glasner in charge since last year, managed Weed and also Lask for 4 seasons. 8th place, Hertha Berlin. So Hertha Berlin, they should be the winners of the Berlin battle. Previous seasons, 10th, 11th, 10th, and then 6th and 7th. So reasonable achievements. Top half finish beacons for Hertha Berlin. They have managed to bring in Lucas Tosart for 16 million and 41 million spent in total there. So making some signings, doing some business, and ultimately could get the job done. And in terms of the coach, they have got Bruno Lappadaya since 9th of April this season. He's managed Wolfsburg, Stuttgart, Hamburg, Leverkusen. So things are looking up for Hertha Berlin. And 7th place, I got to go for Eintracht Frankfurt. They came 9th last season. Before that, 7th, 8th, 11th, and 16th. So Eintracht Frankfurt, they got no European football to contend with this season, so that could boost them up the table. They have signed Gito Williams for 5.5 million, 20 million spent in total, so not too much business going on that front. And in terms of their manager, they have got Atto Huttler coming in since 2018, so a couple of years in charge of this club. It always helps, because you know how often teams change managers. Whoops, apologies about that. But we'll move on to 6th place, Freiburg. So Firebird, they got Christian Streich in charge since 2011. So this is the longest standing Bundesliga manager, been here for 9 years. And before that, Freiburg under 19s for 16 years. So all he knows is basically Freiburg. So that's some sort of achievement to be around this club for a good 25 years under 19s or a senior team. Also assistant manager for 4 years. So well, just absolute history with Freiburg. And Freiburg, they came 8th place last season. Before that, 13th, 15th and 7th. So, you know, they're turning out to be a decent club indeed. Okay. Now, can I finish in my notes? Gus Till for 8.5 million and 23 million spent in total. And 5th place, I'm going to go for Leipzig. Leipzig, they lost Timo Werner to my club Chelsea there, so sorry about that, but not really. We'll gladly take him. And they got Julian Nick Astama coming in since 2019 as their manager, managed Hoffenheim for 3 seasons. Previously they came 3rd, 6th and 2nd, but I think the guys suffer a bit of a decline. Leipzig is the club out in Germany there that everyone seems to want to hate because of their business money type of thing going on there. The Red Bull Leipzig situation. They're a very new club ever to exist, so what they've done is a little bit controversial. And who have they signed? They signed Benjamin Hendricks for 12 million, 33 million spent in total. 4th place, I'm going to go for Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen, they got Peter Bose coming in since 2018. Managed Dortmund, Ajax, Vitesse. They got Pangotos Wet Sauce, 8.9 million, 16 million in total for them. In third place, I'm going to go for Monchengladbach. They came 4th, 5th, 9th last few seasons. They got Marco Woes in charge since 2019. Managed Red Bull for 2 years and also Locomotive. They have got Valentino Lazio for 15 million, 32 million spent in total. Now for the big two, in second place, I'm going to go for Dortmund. They got Emre Can coming in for 24 million, 98 million spent in total. And there's some distance between first and second, and also second and the West this season, it seems, on the odds. So Dortmund, they should finish second place. Lucien Favre, since 2018, the manager, managed like Monchengladbach for 4 seasons, Zurich for 4 seasons as well too. And the top, the Bundesliga once again, has to be Bayern Munich. They just win every single match these days. I think they're on like a 21 game winning streak. This is ever since the restart of the Bundesliga or any other competition, as they're also the Champions League winners after being at PSG in the final as well too. And winning the Bundesliga for the past, 8 seasons or so. So it's going to take some doing to stop Bayern Munich. They signed Leroy Sané for 80 million and 111 million spent in total. So those are my Bundesliga predictions for the season. Feel free to put yours down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe.